Halfback, Kyle Nelson. Kyle has 21 tackles, 8 assists, and part of those coming, on stunts that they do with the defensive safety, but also due to the fact that he's done a good job of covering up when the ball carrier gets by that initial line of scrimmage. Third in the defensive statistics for Columbia City is Tyler Ramsey. Tyler has 18 tackles and 8 assists on the season, and he's followed in by Wes Smith with 31 points, and he has just 14 tackles and 3 assists, and shows signs of really coming to life, as we said earlier, in the last week or so. Bo Salee is next in line with 11 tackles and 2 assists and 24 points on the season. And then we have a tie for the next position.
I left 2 lines for his stats, and I only have 1 for the other.
Last year he was a real problem, as I recall, and we hope we're going to do a better job after looking at films on him and trying to decide what we can do. Well, here comes the kick. Homestead kicks. Columbia City driven into the end zone, and they'll not return it. As we said earlier, this Hines, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Eckert brings his team out of the huddle. They send 2 receivers to the right, and we have a flag before we ever get the first snap. Now they're waving the flag. It's I formation, same formation with 2 wide receivers right, and now the handoff is to no one. Option play, or fullback, and Anglin blasts his way over the right side, and we're pretty much covered up by the Homestead defensive line, so it makes it the left of the offense near the press box here. Eagles going from east to west. Eckert to throw, out in the flat, receiver wide open, and he overthrew him. He had Larson. This time again, the Eagles send 2 wide receivers to their left, and they give to Nelson, the tailback, and he tries to bounce it outside and runs into a whole lot of traffic over there. Interesting thoughts about defense. Buchanan will kick it away from his own 23-yard line. Buchanan gets a decent snap, gets his kick away. It's going to hit at the 50 and roll inside to the 45 and down to about the 43-yard line, where it will be downed by Culp. And the Spartans will have 2 wide receivers, 2 split ends, and a man in the slot up tight usually. I set in the backfield, and that's where they are. Martin under center. Long count, takes a snap, fakes his tailback, rolls left to throw. The left-hander puts out on the left flat. He's got a man wide open out there, caught, and upfield he comes for the first down, and that will be Kevin Bush, the split end on the left side, on the just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. I set. Triple 4 receivers right. No, it didn't. Carter, the fullback, lines up behind Martin in the I. Double split end, slot left. Martin takes the snap, again fakes his fullback, and then runs the option. It pitches out to Mitchell. Mitchell staggers and gets tripped up and falls forward for the first down. For the Spartans, no scores just yet. I set in the backfield, wide slot right, split end left. The give is to the fullback, and the fullback Carter blasts over the right side and picks up pretty good yardage behind a good offensive line with split ends right and left, and an I set in the backfield. They'll be in that formation a lot of the time. Martin drops to throw, looks, throws out in the right flat. He's got a receiver, he hits him, he's hit immediately by Nelson. But if the Eagles can force the field goal attempt here, it would certainly be a good one for them. Wide slot left this time, that's the wide side. The pitch is to Mitchell. Mitchell sprints off the left tackle, breaks tackles. We got a flag on the play as Mitchell made his way all the way down to the 10-yard line, which a moment it is called clipping. The flag is laying a tee. Yep. Double wide out, slot tight to the right side. Martin fakes, now rolls left to throw, throws up the left sidelines, got a receiver, and it's who is it? I think the receiver over there was the slot man, Dean. Really need to tighten up this defense here. Tight slot left, double split in, I set in the backfield. Martin under center, there's movement on the left side of that offensive line. I think that's going to cost the Spartans illegal procedure, I guess, with a tight slot left. That's the short side of the field and a split end right. Martin calls the signals, drops to throw, looks out into the right flat, got a receiver wide open, he hits him, he catches the ball, he slips 1 tackle, and is finally knocked down at about the 3-yard line and score. 1st and 3. Slot right formation for the Spartans. Martin under center. Gives to his tailback. His tailback behind Carter, the fullback, finds running room over the right side for a short gain, and and it will be, no, it isn't Mitchell that comes out, it's the wide receiver that comes out. Mitchell is indeed still the tailback. Double split in, wide slot left, and the handoff is to the fullback, and he blasts over the left guard. Hafley is an excellent snapper. So we'll see. Snap is down, kick is up. Marion will kick off once more. His kick is a high end-over-end kick, and it carries into the end zone and will not be returned. And so for the second straight time, Hine kicks the ball into the end zone. You know, one of the dangers I see with a kick, in addition to his own individual talents to kick. He does a double wide out. Now in motion goes the tailback, Nelson. Quick pass to Nelson in the flat. He catches the ball, tries to make a move, and got Dubbin. Their own 20-yard line. I set, double wide out. Eckert, quick pitch to Nelson. Nelson wants to sweep right corner. Heads for the sidelines and upfield and is knocked down as he crosses the 23 and maybe to the 20. I don't know if it's a brother. We'll have to check on that one. I set in the backfield. Slot right. Eckert to throw. Screen pass, left flat over the head and intended waiting the snap. It's a decent snap. He gets a lot of pressure. The kick is blocked. Homestead's going to recover it. Touchdown. Dan Myers. Hines now will try the extra point. Ball's down. The kick is up. And it's very near automatic. Hines kick. It's again a high end-over-end kick and into the end zone and will not. You get that ball in the open field with a real good ball carrier back there, and anything can and usually does eventually happen. And if they don't return it, they can't score off of it. So it's no backfield. Everybody out. Quick pass in the flat intended for Bush, rather, and Deem have proven to be very, very strong defensive players. On the next play, the handoff over left tackle is to the fullback, Anglin. And Anglin found a little running room of a couple.
Here along the sidelines.
Well, the coach said, you know, we do that, that's true, but we also have good backup people, so I guess it doesn't matter. Nelson with a halfback pass, gets it away, got a receiver, it's caught by Larson. Larson up the right sidelines across the 40 and out to the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Nelson on the fake sweep and a halfback pass, finally tackled by. It is a slot right formation for the Eagles, and I set in the backfield. And on the first down play, it's the option and a pitch outside to Nelson. Nelson around the left corner with running room down the left sidelines. He is, and inside the 30, and finally knocked out of bounds. But he's, well, they say now that he stepped out of bounds back up around the 37 or 8-yard line. Cliff Stalling again. White slot right, I set in the backfield for the Eagles. 13-0 Homestead. The Eagles on a little bit of a move. Eckert drops and rolls right to throw. Out in the right flat and high and over the head. Eckert 13-0 Homestead. Columbia City with a 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line of Homestead. Nelson again wants to run the sweep around the right corner, and I tell you, we're going to stay tuned for that. Again, nobody in the backfield. Everybody out, motion or otherwise. Eckert now pulls it down, decides to run, and got back to the 40-yard line. He picked up about 5 yards, but it's Buchanan prepares to kick it away. Decent snap, got this kick away, better protection that time. Catch made by Mitchell. Mitchell on the return, is that, no, that's not Mitchell, I stand corrected. That is, have the ball for the 3rd possession. Martin to throw, left side, got a receiver, caught, and down he's not down. I thought he was down. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards out there. That were the Spartans. They have a wide slot left. That's the short side of the field. Martin gives to his fullback, and boy, he finds a huge hole up the middle, breaks into the clear, breaks to the outside. Carter's all the way across the 40 and out to side. Single split in left. I set in the backfield. The handoff is to the tailback, Mitchell. Mitchell straight arms and stumbles over, and boy, I tell you, good defensive play there. Handoff is to the fullback. Up the middle he comes. He's got the first down, still on his feet, and finally swarmed down is Carter by a whole host of people. Most everybody that's on the inside of that line. It's a tight slot right. That's the short side of the field. Eagles fake the blitz. And Martin gives on the reverse to Deem. Deem runs into a lot of traffic and is going to be thrown for a big loss back across the 50. And Eagles really got good pin.
23.
Pretty impressive. So the Eagles need to tighten it up here. Martin now drops, looks like a screen pass, and it is. And it's pretty well covered there. If anybody could cover a screen pass, that ought to be Columbia City. They work against it constantly. They use a lot of them themselves. The play for the Eagles. Martin now under center with a slot left. Fakes, now rolls left to throw. Throws up the left sideline, looking for a receiver. Pretty well covered over there. Good job, Smith. And push one up. Defense has their first stop of the night, and that was an important one. They just really could not afford another score there. They put a lot of pressure on the kicker, and we don't see a flag. The ball hits and rolls. We stayed with it for a minute. We thought we might get a flag, but it is always painful. That results in a touchdown. It's a wide slot right. In motion is the fullback. Eckert gives to his fullback. And wide slot right, tight end left. A handoff to the fullback Anglin. Anglin out half. Wide slot right, tight end left again. Eckert with the option. And boy, they're across the way. There's huge deep in his own territory at about the 21-yard line. Snap a little low, but he gets his kick out of there under a lot of pressure. And it's caught at the 44-yard line. Dean dances, moves, and got back across the 45 to maybe the 40. Well, it's going to be a slot right formation for the Spartans. Split the left end. Martin with a counter option, keeps it himself, finds some running room across the 50 and down to the 46-yard line, or maybe the 47. We'll make it the 47. Homestead very, very methodical. Martin gives to his halfback, Mitchell, and Mitchell comes straight ahead over the right side and blasts in for the Spartans at the 41-yard line of Columbia City. Martin, quick pass, left flat, caught out there, moved by Hines, gets by one guy and gets inside the 35 and maybe to the 30. Tight slot left, double split in. Martin now calls the automatic. Eagles show blitz, and when Martin stepped under center, we got a lot of movement from both deep. No, they call it a split both ends. I set in the backfield. Martin pitches to Mitchell. Mitchell cuts it upfield, breaks back to the outside, and is tackled and knocked down by Nelson. That's Homestead offensive line. They just a tough challenge, to say the least. Wide slot right. Handoff is to Mitchell. Mitchell slips and slides outside and drives forward. Hit first out there by, seem to panic. They just keep moving the ball. Wide slot right, split the left end. Handoff is to Carter on the trap up the middle. And he picks up pretty good yardage inside split ends. I set in the backfield and Martin under center. He fakes and now wants to throw and does throw up the middle. Boy, what a great, or rather I should say, Hine. Martin again to throw, looking, and the ball's knocked down. Was that incomplete? Yeah, a 35-yard kick. Chip shot for this guy if he hits it. Good snap, blocked, blocked. Good job. I tell you what, that was a really good effort. That was, hey, whatever works. Handoff is to Nelson. Nelson looking for running room. We have a flag across the way. 10, 23. So, Eckert throws, looking up the left sidelines. A good throw and a good wide right. And Friend the tight end left. One remaining back. Quick pass over the middle intended on the slant pass to ball, but certainly not like they were early. So on second down, the handoff is to Anglin, the fullback, and Anglin tries the right side, but boy, there's just not much there. Kevin Dawson. Double wide out, right and left. Eckert to throw, throws up the left sideline. He's got a receiver wide open and overthrowing. That thump you heard in the background was not Bill Wilder.
That's right.
That was a...
I do not have the energy or the desire to do that.
Good kick by Buchanan, fielded at the 39-yard line, and a lot of running room down the left sideline. Deem on the run, still on his feet, finally wrestled down, knocked out as he got nobody on the outside that time. He had a lot of running room down that left sideline. Quick pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell on a sweep right, cuts it back inside, shakes one tackler and falls forward inside the 20 and down close to the split to right end. And Martin again under center. Second down 3, Spartans, 17-yard line. Trap in the middle to Carter. And Carter got in. Deem in a slot wide right with the eye set in the backfield. Tight end doesn't exist in this offense. Pitches to Mitchell. Mitchell got a good block, cut up inside, cut inside again, heading toward the goal line. You know, maybe he'll not look like his dad, you know, always a plus. Martin for the 2-point conversion. Throws out in the left flat in the end zone. Hines kick. It's a low driving kick this time and hits and out of the end zone. That was 2:03 remaining in the first half. 21-zip Homestead. Eckert now under center. Eye set, double wide out. Drops, throws, left sideline again, intended for Culp. A better throw that time, but pretty well caught that tonight. Double wide out. Pitch to Nelson. Nelson wants to sweep right. Well, I tell you, that time, third down, 10 for the Eagles. Eckert with the pitch to Nelson. Nelson wants to sweep the left side. Ducks inside a couple of people and heads across the... And Deem waits at his own 42. Buchanan gets a decent snap, gets his kick away. It's a nice high kick and drives Deem back across the 40 all the way back to the 35 or 6-yard line. He's on the run, Culp in pursuit, others after him. There's a good block. Now Deem finds running room down the left sideline, cuts it back, still on his feet, still running, and all the way back to the 20-yard line, or very near it comes. So, 21-0 Homestead, 1:21 to go in the first half, and the Spartans have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Columbia City 21. The handoff is to the fullback Carter. Carter wants to sweep around the right side, got inside the 20 for a shot, now out of the shotgun, gets the direct snap, rolls left, looks to throw, throws, got a receiver, left flat, covered immediately, and driven out of bounds, maybe or not. Yes, driven out of bounds. Eagles would really kind of like to have kept him in bounds. One left. Martin out of the shotgun, got Carter, his fullback, there to protect him, along with the 5 linemen. Third down, 9, 20-yard line. Martin looks, throws up the middle. Good defensive play. He caught that ball. What a terrific, terrific catch. And managed to pull that ball in to give the Spartans a first down at about the 3-yard line. First and goal, Martin, pass, same play, no good. Throwing behind him, incomplete. One of the rare incomplete. Great offensive play and a solid defensive play. Martin on the quarterback draw, into the end zone, touch. Well, maybe not always, most of the time. And if not, we'll get A.J. Thompson in here. Thompson will always talk to us. The extra point kick by Hines was good stuff. Not tonight, perfect conditions. Hines kick. High driving kick. This one may be returned. Nelson fields it at the 2. No, in the end zone. And 2. Slot right. Eckert with a handoff straight ahead comes Nelson. Finds running room up the middle. Breaks one tackle and out across. Stabler on the stop. Now they wind the clock. Eckert takes a snap, throws quick out in the flat. Look out! Oh my. And kind of a prevent. They got Mitchell, their safety, a good 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. Eckert to throw. Left side. Intended out there for Dicker. See what they could come up with here. The handoff is to Nelson. Nelson tries to run straight ahead, runs into a whole lot of traffic, then bounces to the outside and finds a little running room. And that will be a tough conference game as well, won't it? Eckert rolls right to throw, now gets pressure, now starts to run, now throws the ball and completes it to Larson. Larson, and let him tell you about
244-6179, or stop by their Gateway Park location just off of Highway 30 in Columbia City. That's the Farm Bureau Insurance at 244-6179. Don?
Well, we're ready to go with the second half kickoff, and Phil Buchanan will do the honors for Columbia City. He approaches the ball, and his kick is underway. It's a low driving kick, fielded at the 16-yard line. And back comes the up man, finds some running room up the middle. That's Carter, the fullback, and he finds his way all the way out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. The yard line of Homestead. Slot right formation, double split end. Goes without saying, they always line up in that formation. Martin takes the handoff and gives to his fullback, Mitchell. Mitchell up the middle, breaks to the outside, and is tackled there on a good tackle by Culp in the second half, with the Spartans leading Columbia City 28-0. The pitch is to Mitchell. Mitchell wants to run right, now cuts it back and forces his way upfield, short of the 50 at about the 49-yard line lot, with Bush and Deem in the slot. Split the right end, eye set in the backfield. Martin with a quarterback sneak, finds a hole up the middle, and across the 50 and down to the... It's a tight slot. Eagles show the possibility of blitz. Martin with the pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell sweeping the right corner, plows upfield and across the 35 or 45 and down close to the 40-yard line. Will make it the hot left. Martin with the snap. And flag have had, I think this is the third time, a slot left. And Martin now barking out the checkoff, takes the pitch, now options, and gives to his fullback. His fullback kind of dancing, not really running very hard, got across the 45. Wide right is Deem. And now Martin with the pass, looks, throws out in that right flat. Intended out there for Hine. The eye set in the backfield. Fourth down and 6. 44-yard line. Martin to throw. Looks, gets pressure, throws. Covered pretty well out there, and 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the Eagles trailing 28-0. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. They line up in a slot right. The handoff is to Nelson. Nelson tries to run the middle. My goodness. One. Wide slot left, eye set in the backfield. Eckert rolls left to throw, looks, throws out in the flat, got a receiver, and pass is complete. And he's hit immediately after a pickup to B. 3rd down 7 for the Eagles. Eckert to throw, out in the flat, short, long right. He's run up this left sideline pretty effectively the last 2 times. We'll see what they do here. Good snap, kick gets away. Buchanan's kick is going to be fielded by Deem at the 18-yard line. He tries the same side again. This time the coverage is there, and he goes down. So that time the Eagles did their job. Short return. So it's going to be 1st and 10. The pitch is back to Mitchell. Mitchell sweeping right, looking for running room, breaks to the outside, got some running room. 1st down and a whole lot more. All the way out to the 45-yard line goes Mitchell, his biggest run of the night. Holding. Under center, the Eagles faking the blitz. Will they bring it? We'll see. And now, once again, we have movement. The Spartan. Martin drops to throw, looks, got time, throws, complete, out in the right flat, up around the cover on that quarterback. Martin, and we have another flag. Headline procedure against the 17. Tight slot right, double split. Martin wants to throw, throws up the middle. It's got Bush out at the 40, across the 40, and finally knocked down, but not before he got all the way out to the 48. To the 50 at the 48-yard line. Again, they go with a slot right. Martin drops again to throw. Fakes, now throws deep up the left sideline, looking for Bush. Bush dropped the ball. Boy, hit him right in the receivers. It makes it much more pleasant for the quarterback. Mitchell on the sweep around the right corner at the Columbia City 44. Now in motion comes Deem and then goes back the other way, then comes back this way, and the handoff is to Mitchell, and Mitchell blasts right straight up the middle and falls forward. We can expect a quick count and a quarterback sneak. That's been traditionally what they do. Bush now goes in motion, and no, they hand it off. They hand it off to Mitchell right up the middle on the power play, and Mitchell has the first down at halftime. Martin now under center. Takes the snap, gives to Mitchell. Mitchell behind his fullback, still running across the 30 and down to maybe the 27-yard line. Set, the handoff is to Mitchell. Mitchell behind his fullback, and again a big gaping hole over the right side. Lets Mitchell run down to. You also have Chris Comfort in as a slot back. Martin gives to his fullback, and Carter didn't have a lot of place to run. Got stacked up right at the line of scrimmage about the time he touched the ball. Be a favorite target. Martin. Counter, and as he hit and drilled immediately. It's a foot. Andy Baker will hold. Hafley will snap. Good snap. Again, a lot of pressure up the middle, but this time he got his kick away, and it is
wide.
Wide left, you betcha. So the Eagles hold, and they'll take over on downs at their own 20-yard line. Eckert on the draw play, hands off to his tailback, Nelson. Nelson got back maybe to the left end. Now the Eagles come with a wide slot to the right and split the left end. On the counter play, the handoff is to Nelson, I believe. It was a minus, but third down and about 11 or 12 from their own 18-yard line. In motion is the fullback. Now he sets. Eckert rolls right, wants to throw. He looks, he decides to throw the ball upfield. Did he catch it? If he did, it's a first down. In reach. His kick, which means that if they get a decent kick and catch the ball, they're going to be inside the 50-yard line. First and 10, almost in 4-down territory before they start. The ball's caught at the 49, a shifty move, and another move, and Hind then is going to be hit and drilled and knocked down. Nonetheless, 44-yard line, a ball just inside the 44, and here we go. Slot left formation. Martin under center. Traditional eye in the backfield for the Homestead Spartans. The pitch is to Mitchell. Mitchell into the short side of the field, now looking for running room. Doesn't find much, is swarmed under, and then just in sheer strength and power forces his way forward across the 40 and down maybe 3 for the Spartans. Slot left formation. Martin looks over and then takes the snap. Gives on the trap play up the middle to his fullback. He finds running room. He's dragging people as well, and across the 30, 25 and down Columbia City. 24. Martin now checking things out. Now he'll step under center. Takes the snap. Keeps the ball on the option. Turns it upfield. Down inside the 20 to the 15 City. Counter play, hand off to Deem. Deem spinning inside, breaking tackle, still on his feet, struggling forward down close to the 10-yard line. Well, again, they had Deem stopped. It looked like pretty much a goal for the Spartans. They lead it 28-0. They're at the 10-yard line of Columbia City. They're going to start with a slot left formation. Martin will pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell wants to sweep left, dances and cuts upfield. Mitchell really doesn't seem to run all that hard, but they're blocking it. And it will be second down and goal to go. We'll call it the 9-yard line. Tight slot right. Martin with Mitchell. Mitchell running with a great deal more determination this time. Got down close to the goal line. I said. And good job by the defense as they wanted to run to stop this score. The pitch is back to Mitchell. Mitchell looking to run around the right corner. There's in a lot of traffic and is going to go down at the 5-yard line. A good defensive stand by the Eagles.
Columbia City. Give them a call at 248-2566. That's the Columbia City Pizza at 248-2566. Come and see the exciting new General Motors cars, trucks, vans, and sports utilities at Thompson's Whitley County Motors, Highway 30, Columbia City. Thompson's and General Motors, proud supporters of Columbia City sports for a long, long time. Don?
Whitman will be the quarterback. And he's going to hand off to his tailback, who's into this. Kind of took whatever heart the Eagles may have had left kind of out of them. That's just a really tough break. They did a good job of stopping Homestead and then turned it over. That's a tough one. Well, the extra point attempt is up. The conference, Homestead's ratings will not go down after this ball game, and unfortunately for Columbia City, it's been a long night. Well, this time the ball is fielded at the 3. They fake the reverse, and Nelson keeps it. Up the right sideline he goes and finds some running room. Now cuts it back. Leaves one guy laying on the ground. Leaves another laying on the ground, and is out close to the 45-yard line with a very, very cross. 6:51 remaining in the ball game. The Eagles trail at 35-0 to the Homestead Spartans. I set in the backfield, split the left end, flanker right. The fake is to the fullback. Eckert keeps it, breaks into the clear. He's got nobody but grass in front of him, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown. No, that's not Eckert. That's Ames, isn't it? I believe that is Ames, Bill, on the carry. Buchanan will attempt the extra point. The Eagles are on the board. Snap. Spot was difficult. Bounced off the right.
Gotcha.
Andrew does a good job with the winter sports, basketball, girls and boys, and I enjoy listening to him. He's very descriptive and does a good job of analyzing the play. Buchanan's kick. Sails up the right sideline, field over there by Carter. Carter makes his way back up across. It is Wissman under center. His handoff on first down is to his fullback, and he slants over the right side and has a good gain out close to the 35-yard. Again, the sophomore quarterback steps in. Wissman with the pitch to his tailback. Around the corner he comes, upfield and breaking into the clear, and is finally chopped down as he crosses the 50-yard line. Wissman again steps in under center. And on the handoff, there's a fumble. I don't know if his fullback got it back, and it's still loose. Fight for the ball, and the Eagles say they've recovered it, and they did. Well, that handoff was intended for his fullback, and game. The Eagles will see once more if they can get on the board. Eames again under center, I believe. And he hands off this time to no one, keeps on the option again. Up the right side he goes. He breaks into the clear once more. All the way across the 30, inside the 25, and wrestled out of bounds across. So Eames with 2 big runs since he entered the ball game against this backup Spartan defense. I set in motion is the slot back. Eames pitches back to his tailback. And he breaks a tackle. Up the left sideline he comes and plows forward. Eagles line up now again with a tight end left and double wide out right. Eames gives to his fullback, and he blasts over the right side and drives forward to stop for the Spartans. Eagles come with 2 wideouts left this time. Stetzel and Rosenberger in the backfield, along with quarterback Eames. He wants to throw. He throws up the left sideline and long and out of bounds. And Zach Heil. Okay, well, Zach is in the ball game now, but he wasn't the last down. Well, there's movement, but no whistle, and there's Jake Rosenberger on the sweep around the right corner, and the young man's running hard. Down close to the 10-yard line because the doctor said you can't play. 3rd down and 3. Rosenberger with a 7-yard pickup. He gets the handoff again, goes right straight ahead over the right side, inside the 10 and down close to the 7. He'll kind of hard to see from our vantage point here. It is a nice set in the backfield once more. Eames with a handoff to his fullback, and he comes over the left side and drives forward inside the contest, and backup people from both teams playing now. Eames under center, Hands to his tailback, Rosenberger. Man, he got stuck good, but he fought forward and got slot right. Eyes set in the backfield. Eames gives to Rosenberger. Up the middle goes Rosenberger and into the end zone. So give Jake Rosenberger the touchdown and the soft. So Eames awaits the snap. Last one was a little low and kick went off the right upright. Good snap. Spots down. Nice kick. And it's good. So 13 now for Buchanan. Will kick off once more. They fake the onside kick and then back away.
Homestead never even flinched.
No. Been doing it for years. Just got to be prepared. Buchanan's kick is underway. It's fumbled and then picked up, and back come the Spartans. Looking for running room, doesn't find much. Most of this fourth quarter, or a great portion of it, has been under the play of the backup units. The handoff is to the fullback on first down, and he finds some running room out to the 30. I set in the backfield, slot left, Withman under center. His snap, and the pitch is back to his tailback. And he tries that left corner, but there's not a lot of running room there. Withman with the handoff again to his tailback. And he gets his kick away. Fielded by Wolf, trying to find running room, dances, now finds running room, up the left side he comes, now he cuts it back, down the sideline he goes, got one man to beat, going to be driven out of bounds. So, score. And the Young Eagles now come to the line of scrimmage, the line of scrimmage being just inside the 30-yard line of Homestead. Eames with the snap, drops the throw, gets pressure, now rolls right, now throws the ball. Looking for a receiver out there in the right flat. I don't know if he got it again. Eames under center. Drops the throw. Throws up the right sideline. I'm not sure who that was intended for, but they had 28 at halftime, so I guess it really didn't matter too much. Eames rolls right under a lot of pressure, back at the 50-yard line, gets away and gets his pass off. And was it complete? Don't see compliment. I don't blame him. Play as much as you can. Get ready for tomorrow morning's junior varsity game. Eames drops, looks, now rolls left, got running room, but chooses to throw, and he's got a receiver, and it's knocked down incomplete. Just a Eames with the pass. A little bit high, intended out there for a lead, and then coasted with one touchdown in the second half, and Spartan quarterback with him just takes the snap.